Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I don't know how that was ever going to work. How I was going to have this great platform that I wanted to be really big, but also I don't want people who knew me to know that it existed. Hey, what's up? I'm Adam if you're new here, and if you're returning, then you know, what's good? Today I want to talk about my YouTube career, everyone. I am monetized, which means I'm on the verge of being a millionaire, and I just want you to know that I'm going to be the same person. No, I'm joking, but in all honesty, I just wanted to share my first YouTube check. And the reason is because if you've been on this channel for a while, if you've seen the videos I kind of post, it's all about personal development, and I really want to encourage young people to make the most out of life, the opportunities that are there, and just become the best version of themselves. And, you know, if there's something out there that can help make your life easier, or in this sense, monetizing something you enjoy doing already and like providing a service, providing something for others, why not do it, right? And that's kind of what I'm going to get into today. It's so funny because I remember making a video in the early stages of my YouTube channel, and it was about like side hustles, and one of the things was obviously making content. And at that point, like, I wasn't a millionaire yet like I am now, but it was like I could just foresee it basically. And that's what I want to talk about today, some tips, stuff about setup, and actually get into what I made in my first month on YouTube. So let's do it. So let's just get into firstly the money side, because I know why you're really here, and it's because you're nosy. I see you because I am you. And in case you didn't know, before you can even be monetized on YouTube, before you can even start putting ads on, you have to meet a threshold, which is 1,000 subscribers, which we have surpassed. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the channel already, and if you're not, you know what to do. And 4,000 watch hours, which is a bit people tend to get stuck on because it's quite hard at the start to build that up. But anyway, boom, did that, got the email from YouTube saying it's time to pack your bags up and retire, you've made it. And that was just really exciting. I've been on YouTube I think it was almost at the year mark exactly, in September, end of September, beginning of October, when I got that. Boom, from then on, it was a series of processes that I had to go through just to confirm like my accounts and stuff like that. And then I was free to start putting ads on and start claiming my prize for the work that I do and the services that I provide here. And so I don't have a physical check because it's 2020 and I don't think that's really what goes on anymore. But the exact amount that I made on my first month of YouTube monetized, so that's for October, those 31 days, was, drumroll please, $132, or for people who are in the UK, £99. It's just under £100 basically. And it's not a mind-blowing amount, of course not, like it's my first month here, but it's great that you can make money doing something that you love, and like I said, providing a service or providing content for others, right? And the thing is, it's relative to your, and I always talk about things, I enjoy things that the trajectory is dependent upon my work ethic basically. More work I put in typically over a period of time, the better the outcome for me. And I always love things that work like this, which is why this is such a good platform and why it's probably my favorite platform and thing to come out of the internet. But yeah, basically this is just the spark, this is just the start, and it's something that I aim to become a bigger part of my life, and like making more content, and yeah, just going forward with that. And that's again why I want to encourage you, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just do it. A year ago I was just, you know, I just did it finally after all the time of thinking about it and just going back and forth. I just started it, and now look, I'm even making small change. That's small change. Anyway, let's get into the tips now that I just want to share with you if you are thinking of starting a channel. If you've already started a channel and you know you just kind of need that, like you're not sure and it's getting all a bit, I know when you're making content and nobody's checking for you.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So anyway, you want to hear this and you've probably heard it before, but my first tip is honestly, don't overthink it. And there's a reason why so many people say this, because this is like your major stumbling block, right? If you don't get over the overthinking, the actual starting point, you never start, do you, right? And I want you to know this comes from a place of complete hypocrisy, because I overthought this for about a good few years. Like, had I not have done that, I'd been on YouTube for a good, maybe like 5 years by now. Like, I've loved this platform and loved what people do on it for so long, and always know that I wanted to make content. I didn't just want to consume it. Yeah, but just please don't overthink it. I know it can become quite it's become an art in itself, and so you can keep watching videos on what I should do before I start and what niche should I get into and all of this. And at the end of the day, most of the stuff you're just going to learn as you go along anyway, so I just wouldn't get too bogged down with that. So my second tip though is relating to niches and kind of themes. Now I said before, don't get too bogged down on overthinking a niche per se, like I'm going to make all my videos on say the Sims 4 expansion pack seasons. Is it even called seasons anymore? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for me. If you know me, I'm sorry. But think about what you want your channel to convey. So you might actually be that person and like make content specifically on one thing like Bitcoin or like cryptocurrencies, like I have a friend who does. But you might be more like me, because right now my channel doesn't talk about one thing in particular, but if you're here, you kind of know, like I said, it's about personal development and about becoming the best version of yourself, and it's kind of aimed at young people, you know. Typically, most of the people who watch my channel are under 30, and that's kind of who I aim at. And so that's all I can say in that sense, but make sure that it's clear at least what people can come to your channel for in terms of a feeling or a general theme, even if it's not a specific video or niche. Because I realize that that's what keeps people subscribed and keep people coming back, is if they know that, okay, I'm going to get this type of content at least. If it's completely everywhere in terms of the videos and it's everywhere in terms of the overall theme, you'll have people dabbling in, but not so much subscribing, I think, is what I'm learning. But again, my channel's going to keep growing and it's going to keep evolving, and things might change and I might niche down a little bit and I might not. But yeah, that's what I've learned so far. My next tip is don't quit because your first video gets 18 views in a month. I'm not hurt though. Like, I'm not hurt that you weren't checking for me.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
I want you checking for me. But at the end of the day, you need to remember that the world owes you nothing. People on YouTube owe you nothing. It's down to you to prove that people should watch you, right? And so many people go wrong here. They jump on and they think it's going to be an overnight success, and for most of us, it's not. You have like the few anomalies where people get like those viral videos, or some people come with their following from other platforms. I was really small on Insta. I think I had like 200 people on it. Basically everyone I know. I don't even know 200 people, but yeah. So, and other people come with that following, so it seems like they blow up really quickly. If you're like me and you don't have that and you're just starting from scratch, be easy on yourself. Like, keep working at it and prove to people that they should come and watch your stuff. And then they will. My next point is to play to your strengths. Now, it can be quite tempting to kind of replicate what people are already doing on YouTube, and in some senses you may be picking from other people's their way of editing or their way of delivering content or whatever the content is about, and putting your own spin on it. But that key bit is important. Like, it should be your own spin. Now, I try to do things and talk about things that I'm doing in my life anyway, and whether it be books I'm reading, whether it be where I'm lifting, whether it be the career I'm in, whether it be how I'm trying to, you know, achieve financial freedom, multiple streams of income, I try to talk about my everyday life. Therefore, it's always going to be, to some degree, unique to me, and that's like my USP, my unique selling point, right? User selling point, unique selling point. And so, play to your strengths. When I first started, I was a little bit... So sometimes I would let my personality shine through a lot, and other times I wouldn't. And that was because I was talking about not quite serious stuff, but things that I thought were really important. And I thought I had to be super, like, you know, slick, professional, like, don't smile or smile too much. But yeah, just do you. And then I realized that people were enjoying the content, but there's also enjoying my personality and, you know, the way I deliver the content. So thank you, by the way, for everyone who's commented and said stuff like that. And it's really helped me to grow on this channel. So don't think that your feedback and that your comments don't go unnoticed. Like, YouTubers, any good YouTuber really should be using that to help evolve and help become a better content creator effectively. So yeah, play to your strengths. If you're funny, be funny. Like, don't be out here doing up stiff face and you know that your USP is that you're funny. I really said that like I was gonna give you a big line and just repeat the same thing. My next thing is actually promote your content. This is gonna sound so stupid, right? When I first got on YouTube, I didn't want people to know I was on YouTube. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I don't know how that was ever gonna work. How I was gonna have this great platform, I wanted to be really big, but also I don't want people who knew me to know that it existed. Use your other platforms and use your audience that you already have whether it be friends, whether it be family, to help grow that, because they can then share it and they can be watchers and subscribers to the channel anyway. But also those platforms are a way of letting people know that there's new content out, right? That people might not be on YouTube all the time, but a lot of people scroll through Instagram every morning they wake up, or, you know, go before they go to sleep. So use that to let people know that, boom, I got something new out. Come check it out. Next thing is, be prepared for negative comments, critiques, and general haters, because I think, and there is a genuine difference between the two. Like, I'm for critiques, and if people want to engage in dialogue with me and you're coming with, you know, vim, like, don't just say dumb stuff, which a lot of people do. Be prepared for that. And I'm quite a sensitive soul. I am. I know I don't seem it, but I'm actually really sensitive. And so at times it used to get to me a bit, and I realized there is really that saying where if people aren't critiquing you, if people aren't hating, and in this want for a better word, you're probably not doing anything that special. You don't want hate, you don't want anything, just stay at home and do nothing. Don't try to achieve anything. Probably someone will find a way to hate on you, but yeah, for the most part, it won't be the general public. But yeah, just be prepared for that. If it's getting too much, don't be afraid to delete comments. Don't be afraid to clap back. I'm a fan of a clap back from time to time, but most of the time I just either ignore it, or if they're really nasty and I just don't want that energy in my channel, then I'll just delete it. But yeah, be prepared for that. All that aside, let's now talk about setup. That's kind of like my final tip before I round this up. Please, 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 again, do not overthink the setup if you're just starting off. I would actually say don't invest large amounts of money into a setup like a really expensive camera and this whole like studio lighting setup and all these things until one, you're monetized, and two, you know that this is something that you actually want to pursue, because you might get in front of the camera and realize, I hate this, like, and that's okay. But that's why I'm saying delay that overinvestment, or not overinvestment, but investment in the setup from the start. So what my setup is basically me recording on my iPhone, and it's not even the latest. I have the iPhone 8 Plus. I know, ghetto, but it does the job, right? And you can see me, and the quality is okay. It could be better now that I'm monetized, and you know I'm actually making an income from this of some sorts. I will be upgrading my kit, but for now it's fine and it does the job. And you can get a mic if you want, but in all fairness, I got one for like £20 and realized I just liked the audio quality on my phone was okay. I also have a ring light, and that was mainly because otherwise I'm restricted to recording at certain times of the day, and that's not always practical. So I got a ring light and it cost me like £66. So far we have my iPhone, which I had anyway, so that's no extra cost. We have a ring light, which is £66, roughly thereabout. I'll leave the link in the description to one or one similar. And then it's just really editing after that, isn't it? And the one thing I will say is, if to enhance your kind of like video quality, is if you have like a decent backdrop. It doesn't have to be the fanciest thing, but you can see mine, there's like a few plants, there's some lights, some candles. I'm just looking to see what's actually behind me. And that's kind of it. Like, it just adds a little bit to the ambiance. And so yeah, other than that, it's just editing. And the software I use is just to adjust some of like the lighting, like to correct for the color and stuff. I use VSCO, I think that's what it's called. And I pay £20 a year. I just pay £20 a year so that I can edit videos, because I think it's free to edit photos and not to edit videos. Come on. I don't even know what that is a month. It's like £1 something. It's really not. It's about, yeah, it is actually. It's like £1.80 or something like that. So that's nothing. And then in terms of the video itself, I just use my Mac, which you can probably see behind me. And you don't need to go out and buy a Mac. Don't do that. Really don't do that. Does it make editing easier doing on that? Of course it does, but I had it already, so I didn't buy it specially for this. But you can edit on your phone, so if you record on an iPhone, you can get iMovie on your phone and do some simple edits on that. You might have Adobe or whatever you have, just work with that, or find something that's really rather inexpensive, and just work with what you have, because most phones and devices and stuff like that already have so much built into them that you don't have to go and spend thousands to get started. Yeah, you can always, make adjustments, add-ons and all these things, upgrades with time, but don't force the thing. That's what I'm trying to say, don't force the thing. So anyway, that's a quick one. Now you all know that I'm a millionaire and that life set for me. But no, honestly, I do really love making content. And so it's good to know that there's a possibility of, you know, making this a bigger part of your life, because obviously we gotta eat. So to know that this is something that could feed into that is great. Hope this has been helpful. And I hope if you're someone who was considering starting a YouTube channel, then this is giving you a bit of an extra push. And that's it for today. And I will see you in the next video. And so, Mom, you're making so much noise.